Hi everybody, this is Craig Tanner for The Mindful Eye and the photo of the week on the Daily Critique. This week's photo of the week was created by Eric, who is an intermediate photographer from New York City. Eric shot this with a Canon 5D 17-40 zoom at 17 millimeters f8 and 15 seconds at ISO 125 is the technical data. I want to come back to that in just a minute. Eric's backstory here is really fun. He went to a party. He, as I understand it, supplied the fireworks. He also brought a gift, shared one of his prints with his friends that are in this picture, the couple that you see here. And he said that he got the fireworks set up. It was pretty dark, so he was trying to sort of frame the shot, which was difficult, and imagine where the fireworks are going to be and so on and so forth. And while he was doing that work, his friends that he had given the print to, they were enjoying the print together, walked out and sat down right in between him and the fireworks. And once the fireworks started to go off, that they just happened to be not only in the perfect place here, the fireworks going off right in between them, but that they also held still for the whole 15 seconds and that they were looking up the whole time. And Eric was just talking about how he was amazed at sort of the synchronicity of how all this just happened, because it definitely looks like something that has been very, very tightly controlled, but this is just sort of a serendipitous synchronicity kind of thing that happened, and I love that part of the backstory. I want to talk about that at the very end of the video. I wanted to choose this image anyway for a photo of the week, but I wanted to put it up today because it's the week before 4th of July, and there'll be a lot of people that would like to photograph fireworks. And so in talking about what I like about this image, you can get some great takeaways for getting your own really good fireworks pictures in a week or so. And I wanted to make that a part of the video today. One of the things that Eric has done here that could really help you from a technical standpoint if you're going to shoot fireworks is he's shooting at a lower ISO. We can tend to think we have to turn the ISO way up when we shoot fireworks, but firework displays are pretty bright. So we can shoot at a lower ISO, which is nice because it can keep our noise down. They're so bright that you can stop down a pretty good bit, like Eric has here, to f8 or f11. And the nice thing about that is it gives you some depth of field, and you can work a middle aperture on your lens so that you can get an overall fairly sharp shot. So those are a couple of tips. You can work with a low ISO and go ahead and stop down. And shutter speeds are something that you could play around with. Eric's gone a full 15 seconds here, which is really sort of amazing. I mean, talk about serendipity, the way this has been framed. He's sort of got very, very lucky, or depending on how you want to look at it, more of the synchronicity with the apex of the fireworks here, having some negative space over them, and then just the way over 15 seconds the fireworks have played out here. There's a really beautiful, almost formal symmetry to this that plays along with the overall centering of the fireworks and the sort of formal symmetry of the couple down here in the bottom of the shot. But I wanted to mention this idea of having a zoom lens can be really nice shooting fireworks, because you could shoot and then adjust your composition accordingly as you sort of track your results on the zoom. And I think shooting very, very wide could be nice, particularly if you're close to the fireworks. It sort of increases the potential area where the fireworks are going off, and it also gives you the potential to include other information like Eric has here that can put the fireworks into context. I think shots of just fireworks themselves, let's say from like here up, can be really pretty, but to me, layering the story, it can be a lot more exciting. Another thing that I love about this shot that you could think about in terms of shooting fireworks is the fact that there's detail in the sky and color in the background. That adds so much more depth to this image. A lot of fireworks shots, people will shoot the fireworks sort of at the end of the fireworks display, or expose in a way where you don't get any detail in the background. The exposure here, Eric has sort of let the color of the fireworks blow out a little bit, and that's helped him to get detail in the background. 15 seconds here has really recorded a lot of ambient light. And you might try some variations like this where you forgo the super rich color on the fireworks to get more color depth in the background. And for my taste, if I could have one or the other, I personally prefer a shot where the color on the fireworks is a little bit washed out and there's more ambient light in the background. That to me gives more color depth than just a shot where there are vivid colors on the fireworks and then just a black background. That's going to be a matter of playing around with your shutter speed and trying some things. It's also going to be a matter of starting to shoot right away. Most public firework displays, they wait about 45 minutes after the sun sets, so it is already pretty dark and the light is falling off very, very rapidly in terms of the twilight that's left over. So you're going to want to start shooting very, very early in the fireworks display. Specific to this image, I really love what's happening with color, not only in terms of the balance of the light of the fireworks and the background and weighting the exposure towards getting detail back there. There's just a really beautiful sense of red, green, and blue here, so the RGB color triad is absolutely fantastic. And the moment here with the couples, with the couple looking up, and the fact that the man is wearing the hat really accentuates this idea of looking up, is just absolutely fantastic, in my opinion, in the shot. What are a couple of other tips that you could think about in terms of shooting fireworks? You're definitely going to want a tripod, I think, if you want to shoot literally, and we're talking about exposures that are probably going to work if you want to get the fireworks spreading out where you're starting at maybe 2 or 3 seconds. That might be a starting point. Using a tripod, take a flashlight with you because it can be dark, and that could help you to see your camera controls, and just really encourage you to think about framing. So ask where the fireworks are going to be going off, and go ahead and get your lens out and think about pre-visualizing framing some different variations where you do potentially get other layers of story and turn it into more of a scenic, and then experiment very early on. Experiment, track your results, and sort of dial in or hone in your shutter speed and your zoom on your lens and your composition as the fireworks go on, and that could be really helpful. I wanted to come back here to Eric's story about giving the couple a print and then everything just sort of falling into place. It'd be a belief system to say that giving the print away sort of led to the serendipity and the synchronicity and everything coming together, but that is something that I believe. I believe that when we give things away, we're truly giving a gift. So we're doing it with joy because we want to, that it's its own reward. It immediately makes us happier. And so much of the time it makes the people who are getting the gift feel happy and more connected, so that energy is immediately reflected back to us. And then we all know that those kinds of energies, they spread out if there are other people around, and there's lots of evidence to say that we're affecting everything in our environment when we have feelings and strong emotions that we're communicating. And nature shows us over and over and over again that how we're being gets reflected back to us. Another way of saying that is we sort of attract what we put out. And clearly, if we're giving things away that we love, and those things are coming back to us, then that is a state that feels a lot more like you're on the most beautiful river in the world, and you're just floating downstream on your back, and there's beautiful scenery going by, and everything's sort of lining up the way that it should. And I do believe that we can sort of start that process by doing what Eric has done here, which is leading with a gift. And that gift could be something just as simple as a smile or being happy, but I just love the synchronicity part of the backstory. We want to say a huge thank you to Eric for sharing this image with us. Hope you got some good takeaways for July the 4th. Hope you have a great July the 4th and get some great fireworks shots. Hope to see you again real soon on the Photo of the Week.